Himiko and Yamatai, the lost roots of Japan's imperial line. Welcome to one of Japan's greatest mysteries. The story of Himiko, Yamatai, and the possible origins of the imperial family. Section 1. Who was Himiko? The Chinese chronicle known as the Weizhi describes Himiko as a shaman queen who ruled over 30 kingdoms in ancient Japan. But some scholars argue that Himiko was never a personal name at all. Instead, it may have meant Hai no Miko, or priestess of the sun. The characters chosen by Chinese scribes, meaning lowly woman, may have been an intentional distortion, a way of belittling a foreign ruler. Section 2. The power of the Sun Priestess. Himiko's true strength lay not in military power, but in spiritual authority. She is said to have rarely appeared in public, conducting rituals in seclusion while male officials carried out her commands. This mirrors the legend of the sun goddess Amaterasu, who hid herself in a cave during an eclipse, until rituals brought back the light. Some believe Himiko's power was tied to astronomical knowledge, predicting eclipses, and holding ceremonies that convinced the people she could command the heavens themselves. Section 3. A female-led society. This suggests that ancient Japan may have been a female-led society. Himiko and her successors ruled through spiritual legitimacy, in a time when priestesses held ultimate power. We see similar traditions worldwide. Egypt had female pharaohs, and many early civilizations revered goddesses as supreme. Yamatai may have been part of this global pattern, a society where women ruled in the name of the divine. Section 4. The rise of male rulers. But history tells us that this did not last. At some point, Japan shifted from female priestesses to male kings. Why did this happen? One theory is that as conflict increased, physical strength and warfare became more important, pushing men into leadership roles. Another theory points to China's influence, where political rulers were men, and neighboring states may have pressured Japan to conform. In either case, the sacred rule of women gave way to the age of warrior kings. Section 5. Was Yamatai really Yamato? The Chinese called it Yamatai, but some scholars believe this was simply a distorted transcription of Yamato. If so, Yamatai was not a lost land at all. It was the very beginning of the Yamato state, which later became Japan's imperial court. In other words, Himiko's kingdom may have evolved directly into the Japan we know today. And that means Himiko, or the priestesses who bore her title, may have been ancestors of the imperial line itself. Section 6. The debate among scholars. Of course, we must be careful. The location of Yamatai itself is still hotly debated. Was it in Kyushu, or in the Nara Basin? And the theory of Himiko as a title remains controversial. Some historians dismiss it entirely, while others see it as a plausible link between myth and history. What is clear is that Himiko and Yamatai remain at the heart of Japan's greatest historical puzzle. A puzzle that scholars still struggle to solve. Final thoughts. So who was Himiko? A solitary queen, a line of priestesses, the ancestor of Japan's emperors? We may never know for certain. But what we do know is this: the mystery of Himiko is not just about a forgotten queen. It is about the very origins of Japan itself. And that, my friends, remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in Japanese history.